Let's now talk about grammatical categories. Grammar is not restricted to the form or functions of words. Rather, it is seen in terms of categories also. We have categories such as tense, gender, number, and also uh, the functions like a subject and object. And these categories are also span over various phrases or various phrases such as noun phrase, verb phrase. For example, the phrase in front of you, Ali, the son of Akbar, or the son of John, may be seen as an example of noun phrase. According to Palmer, who's a very popular semanticist, these grammatical categories can be seen as gender and number. Gender and number he considers are among the prominent categories of grammar. Gender is a category which specifies the gender of various animate objects which are being discussed in relation to various actions. English, according to him, has strictly no grammatical gender at all. It certainly has pronouns such as he, she, it to refer to various entities, human entities, but these words he, she, it or pronouns are considered to be the markers of sex and not of the gender. He, she, it are used for humans where it is used for animals, but they can be used interchangeably in certain specific situations. Sometimes we use, for example, he for a male dog and it for a baby, especially when we intend to know its gender. Let's have a look at the following example. For example, is it a baby, boy, or girl? In this example, it refers to a baby whose sex is unknown here. Gender class can also be expressed by prefixes and suffixes. For example, in some languages, we use a word actor for the male gender and actress or actress for the female gender. So change in spelling and sounds can attribute or can identify the change in gender. Countability is a situation in which we distinguish between various nouns based on their ability to be counted as 1, 2, 3, or their ability against it or the otherwise. Those things which may not be counted in terms of numbers may be considered as uncountable nouns or may be seen as mass nouns. We have examples. For example, a cat. Cat is a countable noun because we can count it in numbers. A book, an apple, etc. Mass nouns may occur with no article or with some indefinite quantifiers. For example, some milk, little water, some butter, etc. So these are the examples which can be seen as examples of mass noun. Count nouns, they individuate various nouns, and in the list of count nouns we can see those nouns which can be, as I said earlier, can be counted individually. And whereas mass nouns are those which cannot be counted and they are usually quantified. We say some butter, some milk, etc. But sometimes these mass nouns can also be used to count things, or can be used in a form in which we count things. For example, we say expressions like a butter, a petrol, to refer to certain kinds of or a certain kind of butter and petrol. Similarly, we can also see that count nouns that refer to creature may function as mass nouns to indicate meat. For example, Chinese eat dog. So dog is here is a countable noun, but here it refers to meat, which is a mass noun. Semantically, mass nouns are nearer to plurals, whereas count nouns implies to individual items or those items which may be counted. Similarly, we have a category of person and access, person, first person, second person, or third person. For example, we have I or we as the first person, and then we have you as the second person, and then he, she, it, they as the third person, and they are used or associated with various number and with also gender verbal forms also. So they all, when they put together in sentences, they contribute to sometimes to the meaning also. First person relates to the speaker, while second person relates to the hearer. These are some of the aspects of grammatical categories which we have discussed in this module, and they give us an idea about how grammatical categories are constructed or are viewed by the traditional semanticists.